We had a really good day last Wednesday, and most days we've come out with a great attitude and at times have had better execution than others. But today wasn't very good. You give guys 4 days off. That's sometimes the result. I challenged them this morning and before we started, and just didn't execute as well as we needed to today.
Can you talk about the delicacy of Saturday, who to play, who to hold out, what to show, what not to show?
Yeah, we've talked about that a little bit, but as far as what we're going to do on offense, haven't made any final decisions yet. We won't show everything, certainly, but how much we'll show, we'll decide between now and then.
When it comes time to pick him starting quarterback, will that be a group effort by committee, or is there any one coach that's kind of?
Well, I think obviously it starts with Coach Roderick. He coaches the position, and nobody knows those guys or quarterbacks in general better than he does. I'll certainly have a say in it, and in the end, obviously the head coach signs off on all things, particularly the starting quarterback.
Can you speak about the tight end position, how that's been shaping out, who's emerging?
Well, we've got guys with different skill sets. We've got some guys who are better blockers, some guys who are better receivers, and the thing that I've tried to impart on all of them is that in our offense we need guys who can do everything, and we don't have guys who are only blockers, and we don't want guys who are only pass catchers, and everybody in our offense is going to block. So those guys have to be able to block, but we'd also like guys who can run routes and catch balls in various places on the field. And they're all making progress, and all still have ways to go.
How's JJ doing catching the ball?
Better. Doing better.
Is there a key or an emphasis that you're really kind of hammering home with your guys ahead of the final scrimmage on Saturday, or
well,
something that you really want to see, or anything like that?
I think just discipline and execution, doing things the right way. We've got way too many mental mistakes. We still aren't always getting off on the snap count crisply. Sometimes guys are late. I think we had 2 false starts today. We had 1 fumble, so we just want to eliminate those mistakes. If we don't beat ourselves, then I feel like we'll have a chance to play with anybody. But beating ourselves, that's not how we're going to play.
How do you correct those things? And
Yeah, not enough practices. I could go for another 15. Well, what we've tried to do first is just build the culture, and I think if the culture is right, then those guys will work really hard to correct those things over the remaining months between now and next fall. I hope so anyway, but I think they will. I think we got the right kind of kids, and I think they want to do well. And so what we're trying to do during spring ball is teach them the standard and teach them what the acceptable level is. And I think once they understand that, then they'll understand how to hold themselves to that standard throughout the next 3 months when we don't get much time to work with them.
Has going live given you a good gauge of where your depth's at right now, and how deep you actually are on offense?
I think it certainly helps. It helps at some positions more than others. Probably more at quarterback and running back than any other position. You know, for the offensive line and tight ends and even receivers to some extent, it's almost live every day anyway, even though we're not taking guys to the ground. It's when a guy has the opportunity to make a play and he might get tackled or might be able to avoid a tackle or run through a tackle that he really shows what he can do extra. And so it's shown a little bit more about the quarterbacks and running backs, sure.
What have you seen from the running back position that you like?
I like their willingness. I think they all want to do things the right way, and I think they've certainly improved. I think Coach Stewart's doing a great job teaching them the fundamentals of the game and everything from pass blocking to the right footwork in the run game to ball security. And there are guys who are making progress, but just like I said about the tight ends, they all have a ways to go too. No one guy has emerged to this point.
In the past, they haven't had a full spring game because of not enough offensive linemen. Do you feel like you have enough offensive linemen to have a
I think we're close. I don't know that we're there right now, but I think we're close. We got a couple of guys kind of right on the border as to whether or not they could go live if we were to have that game today or not. So we'll see in the next couple of days.
Jeff, you might have addressed this, but as far as ball security, it's obviously always going to be an emphasis. What's your particular approach to trying to teach guys, while not beating them up or whatever, to try and make sure that they're doing it the right way as far as ball security goes?
Wait, I'm not supposed to beat them up? So the first thing we do is we have a ball security circuit that is our second something that we do in every practice, and all the skill guys, everybody but the offensive linemen, rotate through 3 different stations, and we do different types of stations there each day. And then if a guy fumbles the ball, or we have a fumbled exchange between a quarterback and a running back, or center and a quarterback, those guys come out and they go get some up downs, and then they can come back and play with the group later. But as I've told him, if it's a continual problem for any one person, then he's jeopardizing his opportunity to play.